Can I get more beer in the monitor? Only if it's from TRC Brewing.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, I'm good.
You are good.
My wife wouldn't admit that, but all right, well, welcome back to Pickamania 2020. This project is supported by New Mexico Arts, a division of the Department of Cultural Affairs, and by the National Endowment for the Arts. Pickamania is a project of the Sierra Arts Council. We thank them immensely for their support. Also, to our local sponsors, Fastwave Internet, fastwave.biz, the Sentinel newspaper and Truth or Consequences, the Truth or Consequences Brewing Company, trcbrewing.com, and Black Range Vineyards in Hillsboro, blackrangevineyards.com. And a special appreciation goes out to our Arizona friends who are longtime sponsors of Pickamania and brought in some great pickers last night. If you were here, you saw some amazing musicianship. And if you enjoy this music, you can support it at donate at paypal.me/SCAC1924. This will support the event, the Sierra Arts Council, and the musicians. We'd also like to thank Catherine and Gary and Larry and all of the cameramen that are doing such a good job, and Ken, who's taking pictures of all these people, and all the folks manning the gates out there. So please support your local musicians and your local brewery. Our first performer today is an Alaska gal, a bright light for smoggy times. She's a cactus wrangler, singer-songwriter, coyote howling, unholy, foot stomping, motivational musical messenger of love. Please welcome Rooster Blackspur.
All right, folks. We're going to do just a little testing on the sound here, but it is the middle of the day, so it's time to wake up. It is also Sunday, which, you know, I do call my fans the congregation. So, let me just do a couple definitions. Congregation is a collection of people, animals, or things. Sound like you? I thought so. Minister is a person who tends to another person's needs. You got a need for music this morning? All right, congregation, say amen. Church is an assembly or gathering. So that's all that means. Basically what it means is we're going to have a concert. I just happen to be an ordained minister. Oh, my guitar went away and so did everything in my monitor. Okay, we're just still doing stuff. All right. So, I'm going to do a little sing-along for this first one. I want you to join in, because not only are you going to spread the love and the joy between everyone who's here today, but people are tuning in online, and you know what they haven't heard in 6 months? Applause. They haven't heard a gathering of people enjoy music because we haven't been able to be together. And we're socially distant, but we're not apart. So let's join in together. I'm going to do a little call and response. My congregation knows a little bit about this song, so you guys have to lead the way, all right? Be strong leaders. Check 1 2 2 2. This song is called More Joy. It's written by a beautiful band called Skybound Blue. And basically the call and response goes something like this. I'll say more joy, you say more joy. I say more love, you say more love. I say, give me a sign. You say, give me a sign. And then we all say, from up above. Now, I can't do the hand motion, so you guys are going to have to just work with me here, but it goes something like this. Let's just go through it one time, and then we'll get started. More joy, more joy, more love, more love. Give me a sign from up above. I'm gonna wear my joy. I'm gonna wear it like a shining crown. That's how it goes. Sound good? Yeah. All right, this is how we do not experience joy. Like this. We go shoulders back, chin up, chest up, tits up. Let's do it. I go to work, I come home, I'm so tired in my bones. I sit around in the dark, I pull the shades over my heart. Well, this ain't no kind of life. I gotta find some way to bring back that sunlight. Let's try it out, here we go, more joy, more joy. More love, give me a sign from up above. I feel it coming down. I'm gonna wear my joy. Wait, I'm gonna wear it like a shining crown. People mad, people crying, people sad, people dying. I can't turn on my TV. I got to keep my sanity. It's getting harder every day. I gotta find my joy somehow, some way. Here we go, more joy. Oh, love, give me a sign from up above. That's right, come on. I feel it coming down. Woo! I'm gonna wear my joy. I'm gonna wear it like a shining crown. I can't wait for someday. More joy gonna come my way. Feel it and already rise. Feel that joy from the inside. I ain't wasting no more time. I gotta find some way to bring back that sunlight. You know by now, more joy, woo, more love. Give me a sign from up above. Woo! I feel it coming down. I'm gonna wear my joy. I'm gonna wear it like a shining crown. Anybody else kind of tired of the words unprecedented times? I know it's bad out there, but what if we had unprecedented joy in a time that's dark? What if we had unprecedented love in a time of struggle? Why does everything have to be unprecedented negatively? Let's raise it up. We have the right to be happy no matter what's going down on our front doorstep. Goddamn this bad news. Goddamn my broken heart. Goddamn these killing fields. I'm gonna find a way to park the water through this vacant place. I can't take one more day. No smile on no face. Come on now, congregation. More joy, more love. Give me a sign from up above. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, I feel it coming down. woke up, don't you worry. So we're gonna do another sing-along. You guys might know this song off of a little record called Great Big Mama Sunshine. I wrote all the songs on that record inspired by New Mexico and inspired by my little town of Truth or Consequences. And one thing I was really impressed with when I first moved to Truth or Consequences was that we were all so very different. There's every kind of character you can dream up and imagine out of a storybook, and they all walk the streets of the same town. And we all find a way to lay down what divides us and just have a beer at our brewery together or listen to some live music. And so I felt like my little town was a flagship example of what happens when we focus on what brings us together instead of what divides us. And that has been absolutely inspiring to my life and to my music. And that notion doesn't go away, but it is something we have to cultivate. And that happens just by being kind and spreading love to one another. It's just that simple. My grandpa was a great example of that. He would always be so kind to people that were mean to him. One day we went in the grocery store and he just wanted a simple question answered, and the guy was super rude. And he saw his name tag and he said, "Mark, I'm sorry you're having a bad day. I'm sorry nobody appreciates you, but I sure do." And you know what? Mark changed his tune right away. All of a sudden, Mark had all kinds of time to help us with what we needed. Kindness goes a long way. We don't have to reciprocate something that's mean. Sometimes we can respond to something negative with something so kind, and it turns the world around. So that's what this song is about. And again, if you know the words, all they say is, tell somebody that you love them with all your heart. Trouble, everywhere I look is trouble. I see trouble in every woman, man, boy, and girl. Trouble, everywhere I look is trouble. So what do you do with your trouble, girl? So what do you do with your worried mind? Tell somebody that you love with all your heart. Tell somebody that you love with all your heart. Tell somebody that you love them with all your heart. ahead now and tell somebody. Thank you, folks. I'm going to sing the title track to Great Big Mama Sunshine, which is an album that got 4 nominations in the New Mexico Music Awards and then won Best Country Album of the Year. So we represented TRC big time by representing an entire album. And of course, like everything else that's having to go online, the New Mexico Music Awards were online this year. And I had one friend over to my porch to watch the streaming service. And our music video for 711 Lucky Street, which is an actual address in Truth or Consequences, was playing as part of the opening ceremony. And the MC got on and he said, well, 2 of those videos came from southern New Mexico. One was from Las Cruces, and I think the other one the entire town of Truth or Consequences participated in. And that's basically true. So I was proud to represent our hometown and bring home that nomination. But this is, somebody reviewed this record and they called it The Antidote to Despair. And so today I have my Great Big Mama Sunshine records over there, and I'm giving them away for free. And if you know anybody who's experiencing despair, I know that it isn't the token of the antidote, but it is a joyous sunshine summer record. And so if you know of somebody who could use a little bright spot in their day or their life, please take a record and give it away. And if you want to make a donation, that's great, but I just don't want there to be any barrier to people having something that's full of joy. So this is the title track, Great Big Mama Sunshine. I got a new feeling as my eyes are waking up, still drinking coffee in my coffee cup. And I got a good reason, a new day coming on, and you know she won't be staying long, 'cause every morning she rises from her bed, pining for the west to lay her pretty head. Great big mama sunshine, great big papa sky, great big mama sunshine, kiss your colors to my lips, look into my eyes, great big mama sunshine. I got a good feeling and I'd like to let it grow. Lay it down, just hit it low. I got a song singing, we're gonna be alright. Lay it down, just hit it night. 'Cause every morning she rises from her bed, pining for the west to lay her pretty head. Great big mama sunshine, great big papa Thank you. I'm going to take it down a notch and play a new one. I was really inspired by the story of Lozan and kind of the mystical people who have walked the land of New Mexico. And, you know, I never heard stories about New Mexico. I heard about Colorado and I heard about Montana, but it was like New Mexico was hidden behind some kind of secret curtain. And when I drove into New Mexico, I had such a feeling of being back, even though I had never been here before. And so that's what this song is kind of about. There's something very special about this land of enchantment. Be a delicate flower, be it gentle like a rose, then you might not make your home New Mexico. Oh no. And if you love them and you leave them, if you tumble on down the road, then you best just pass on by New Mexico. Go on now, go. New Mexico. New Mexico. I got my sights set on New Mexico. And if you're looking for answers, if you do just like you're told, then you might just pass on by New Mexico. You never know. Be you a mystical lady who sees the future before it's done. May you always call your home New Mexico. Ooh, New Mexico. New Mexico. I got my sights set on New Mexico. Well, I got my sights set on New Mexico. Well, I got my sights set on. Thank you. So I'm going to sing another song. I was writing this as a love song. I'm in a long distance relationship. But the notion of staring up at the stars and realizing that you share the same sky with people that are far away is not a thing that's just for romantic love. I think we're all experiencing that to a certain degree, that we're apart from some of the people we want to be next to. Even being in Truth or Consequences, I'm in my house and I know that my neighbors are close by, but we've been apart from each other. So there's just been kind of an ache and a longing to share the world and share life with one another. So that's what this song is about. It's called Big Dipper. Good night, my baby. Good night, my love. Tonight we will look up at the same stars above. You lay down in the west, I lay down in the east. Good night, my baby, through the miles in between. But tonight I sing, hey, Big Dipper, up in that sky, looking down here on the seven night. While you're shining and making your rounds, come pick me up and drop me down into my lover's arms tonight. Good night, my baby, you're the one I adore. Right here in this moment, I could not love you more. Good night, my angel. Good night, just for now. Soon, love, I will lay you down. But tonight I sing, hey, Big Dipper, up in that sky, looking down here on the separate night. Hey, Big Dipper, I'm making my wish, 'cause love should not have to be apart like this. And while you're shining and making your rounds, come pick me up and drop me down into my lover's arms tonight. Into my lover's arms tonight. Into my lover's arms tonight. Good night, my baby. Good night, my love. Good night, my baby. Thank you. Well, there has been a request made by the congregation, so I am going to try to sing this song. I do a lot of things for the people I love, including singing some rusty old songs I haven't dusted off in a while, but it's a good one for a Sunday morning. It's called Child of the Wild. And we'll see if I can remember all the words. It's also off a Great Big Mama Sunshine. And you know, they say there's this initiation process that humans used to go through. They go out into the wilderness, and the wilderness would teach them what they're made of. And I kind of had that kind of childhood, being born and raised in Alaska. I spent most of my time in the woods, and I learned most of my greatest lessons in the silence of the mighty things. But we don't have that experience, and while we're trying to go through puberty, we're having to go to school and middle school and all the things that are so unnatural. It's hard to keep a hold of your wild spirit. It's hard to keep a hold of your true self in this world. It's really quite a brave journey if you can do it. And even if you lose your way and you lose yourself, you can always come back to that space. So that's what this song is about, Child of the Wild. We'll see if I got it in me. You guys better hoot a little bit and holler on this one since you requested it. Well, I'll be damned if I love man would take my fortune from me. Not the kind that you spend, but the treasure within that I guard with tenacity. And I'll be cursed if I do the worst and harden the heart of a child. So I'll break that line and the ties that bind, and pray justice and mercy divine. I've got a heart that's crying out. I've got a jaded lover's soul, but my eyes, they see the light divine. I'm a child of the wild. I'm gonna pump it up a notch. Here we go. Well, I will be hated and celebrated. It's just what the Lord gave to me. An angry skin, but a love within as big as a galaxy. So I sat there alone on the cold devil's stone, and I doubted my reason would be. There came a great hoot owl, golden eyes and scowl. He had nothing but love for me. I got a heart that's crying out. I got a jaded lover's soul, but my eyes, they see the light divine. I am a child of the wild. Some say, bless the day when we all fly away to a place that they tell me is there, with long pearly gates, lots of golden estates, and a great father's angry stare. Well, I would rather not, my bones would rather ride in the bottom of the darkest hole. May the worms, may the bugs remember my love. Oh, pass me, pass me now. I got a heart that's crying out. I got a jaded lover's soul, but my eyes, they see the light divine. I'm a child of the Thank you. We kind of sawed our way through that one. All right, friends, this is going to be a new song too, and I'm doing a lot of new ones that I might mess up a lot, but you know, they don't become oldies and goldies without becoming new ones at some point. So this is one called Sun Come Rising Up. And I want to sing this song to your heart. And so if you would, take a minute with me. Let's just have a little somber moment, a serious moment, not somber. Think about the things you've been kind of taking for granted lately, like having live music and being in each other's company. I think it's easy to say that there's a lot of things we've taken for granted in life, and they're kind of all becoming clear all of a sudden. And there's a moment where we're feeling like things are out of control and we don't even know the world we're in anymore. And a great thing to do when you're feeling anxious and overwhelmed is have a moment of gratitude. So if you want to, you don't have to, of course. You can close your eyes, put your hands on your heart almost as though if it was going to fall out if you didn't keep it there. And take a couple deep breaths. And direct that breath into your heart. And ask your heart to show you a couple things. Ask your heart to take you back in time through the pages of your own life. Where you were happy, where you smiled, you were proud of yourself. There's probably a lot of those moments, but ask your heart to show you one in particular. It might even, right now, bring that same smile to your face. And I want you to step into that moment as if you were reliving it right now. And take a deep breath and thank your heart. Because your heart's a steady drum. It's just beating all day long like a beautiful song. And we don't even wake up in the morning and say thank you. So how many other things are we missing out on? I bet if you asked your heart to show you, it would show you a couple things you've lived through that you didn't think you could. Something so hard, physical, emotional, financial. But here you are. You made it through something because that heart just kept beating. So take one more second with me to lay all doubt aside and all reality aside. And let's look into a future moment. Something you've been dreaming about, thinking about, hoping for. Walk into that moment as if it's real right now. Let your heart tell you where it's going to take you. And thank your heart. So this song is for your heart. My friends, it's been such a long time. Somehow the world's still spinning around. And I've been wondering to myself when the lights are low, how many times have they burned us to the ground? But every day that big sun rises up, and every day she takes her bow. And though I've never looked at her with open eyes, I'm seeing things so clearly now. And every one of us, a garden grows. So this seed I water and I sow. I need to hold on. I need to hold on. I need to hold on. See the sun come rising up again. Nothing ever turns out quite the way we planned. So why we keep on playing, I just don't know. I've been folding my hands like an old man, saying let it go, let it go, let it go. And every one of us, that garden grows. So the seed I water and I sow. I need to hold on. I need to hold on. I need to hold on. See the sun come rising up again. See the sun come rising up again. See the sun come rising up again. I see you rising up again. I see Thank you, friends. I have no idea what time it is. I was going to sing you the song of my namesake. It's called The Rooster. I wrote this song because I was inspired by a rooster that was part of my childhood. I'm sure everyone has the same rooster. He's usually a pretty big jerk. And they leave that kind of impression. Some of us have scars. At my merch table, people will come show me their rooster scars that they had from their rooster when they were a kid. I've hardly ever had anyone come up to me and say, you know, the rooster I had was just such a charm. I've never had that happen. But our rooster was no different. He was, you know, he was an aggressive sort. And my mom got tired of him. I got locked in the chicken coop one night on accident and just got attacked, and she had it with him. So she took him out to make him soup. Took him to the chopping block, and I, from the window, still loved that rooster, even though he was mean to me. And I was in the window just crying, hoping for his life, and some act of God, he got out from underneath that axe and ran away. And I was so happy. And then he had the audacity to come back in the yard 2 days later. And I thought, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? And he was meaner than ever. He didn't come back a humble man. He came back with more tenacity and more sass than ever. And he messed with the wrong person. He messed with my dad. So he went back on that chopping block, and once again, he fought like hell and got away, never to be seen to this day, probably still terrorizing neighborhoods somewhere as a 40-year-old rooster. But as a child, when you see something have that kind of tenacity, the will that they aren't going to go down without a fight, it does something to you. And we're in that moment right now, aren't we, where we need to not go down without a fight. And I'm not talking about an aggressive fight. I'm not talking about a mean fight. I'm talking about the fight of love and the determination to be good and to let our joy rise and to be good people to one another. I know we have it in us. I know we have that kind of fight. And so that's where the rooster came from. That's where the song came from. And then as I toured around last summer, I just started having people shout at me, "Hey, Rooster!" And I thought, you know, I like that. I'm going to let that stick. I can see myself being an old saucy gal walking around when I'm at 80 years old being called Rooster. You got it. So that's my name, folks, Rooster Blackspur. And this is my namesake. It's called The Rooster. Mama got a rooster, and she built him a pen, and she sent us out to feed him, he and his 20 red hens. Oh boy, was he a mean one, and far away he ran, 'cause some are not meant for the hen house or the frying pan. And just like the rooster, just like the rooster, I'm gonna give you a run for your money. As much as I can, I spend my first $300 on the car that ran. Oh, I ran her down ragged, right down to her bones, 'cause that's just about how I do it with everything that I own. And just like the rooster, just like the rooster, I'm gonna give you a run for your money. Just like the rooster, just like the rooster, I'm gonna give you a run for your money. And summer was a garden, winter was hell. I remember I asked you, I remember it well. We were chopping up wood, and we were hauling it down, and you told me I could never make it out of that God-forsaken town. Just like the rooster, just like the rooster, I'm gonna give you a run for your money. Just like the rooster, just like the rooster, I'm gonna give you a run for your money. there and hung a juicy apple there, and I was so hungry. So I shook it and I threw it. I took my axe to the roof until it gave me all that I wanted of its shiny red fruit. Just like the rooster, just like the rooster, I'm gonna give you a run for your money. Just like the rooster, just like the rooster, I'm gonna give you a run for your money. Just like the rooster, just like the rooster, I'm gonna give you a run for your money. Just like the rooster, just like the rooster, I'm gonna give you a run for your money. You're not gonna take me down, you're not gonna bring me low, 'cause I'm the rooster. You're not gonna steal my crown, you're not gonna steal my joy, 'cause I'm the rooster. And just like the rooster, just like the rooster, I'm gonna give you a run for your money. All right, friends, that's all I have for my set. I think we're going to come back a little later and do the sing-along. So we got more music coming up. Please don't go anywhere. I'm Rooster Blackspur. Thank you for going to church with me this morning.